All right, Zoe and Pop here. Let me check my audio. All right, mute mic. Mute that there. That's not how you check your audio, silly. All right, testing. Blah, 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 blah. All right, testing. All right. Blah, 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 blah. I've been having major audio issues with my computer lately. All right, let's see if anybody wants to talk X-Men. I need the phone back. I had a couple ideas. And everybody's always wanting to do shout outs, and this one does a shout out. So I'm gonna try this one. All right. Orange Joe. Nice guy. Copy link. All right. Let's see if it shows up. I think there's a ton of content that everybody could be just clicking their heels to get if done correctly. I'm not saying I know anything. I just added the link onto here from my phone and it's not posting, so I don't know if anybody's on yet. It was late. I mean, I am late. I'm only like 4 hours late. I made the mistake about 5:30. I put on Batman, the movie, and I passed out. I literally crashed. I didn't wake up till I think it was like 11:25. I didn't think I was that tired. Try that. All right, the hellos came through. Let me try it one more time with the link. It's not letting me do it. I was trying to post links to everybody's channel. That way all you got to do is click on it. Because I think it's really good to actually help people who help you. It's just the way I think it works. Whether they watch the videos, the channels, whatever, you should always pay it forward. They're just trying to do the same thing I'm trying to do. Wonder what you got to do. Maybe because I'm on StreamYard. I don't know. I got to try it from my phone. I do a live stream from the phone. See if that works. But anyway, talking X-Men. So it's really late, and I don't know who's awake, who's not awake, what side of the country somebody else is on. What side of the world, as a matter of fact, just who knows. I was just watching this video on here, I'll show you the name of it. Guy had some valid points. Let's see. Not 100% what I was thinking, but in the same ballpark. Comic book shops are there to rip you off. All right, let's see. All right, the guy's got a point. Let's put it this way. You could go to the same store for years. Most stores are not like directly next door to your house, so you have to drive. Now, depending on where you are in the country, you drive anywhere between 10 to 15 miles, if not more, to go to a local comic book store. Like the closest one to me is the Stash, and that's 11 miles away. At $3, and at its high point was like $3.99 for regular here, $4 something for regular gas. So if your car gets, say your car gets like maybe 15 miles to the gallon to 25 miles to the gallon, the further you have to drive, the more it's going to cost you before you even get there. So you're spending money right from the door. And to sit there and go, yeah, it's costing me, say it costs you $5, $6 in gas to go to a comic book store. And then you're paying for a book. You're paying $5 for the book for Batman. All right, so right now that book, if you just go in there for Batman, that book costs you $9 right there, $10. Where you can order the book right on eBay, like $2 cheaper. All right, wait a couple of days, your book comes in. I've never really had any problems with eBay. I ordered a lot of stuff, but maybe one or two things came in, like the post office screwed up, not the person who shipped it. Get a book that's like bent in the middle or something like that. But it doesn't happen as much as you think. But there's got to be better ways of selling these books to us. I want to go in and go, when is Amazon and Marvel and DC going to actually connect the dots here? All right, because like I said, when it comes to gas and it comes to time availability to drive to that store, get your stuff, all right, it's a lot of effort. Then you go into this is another store altogether, a completely different store. All right, you go in there and you say, can you get me a deal? Give me a discount. Say you spend $90 on new books and they don't want to give you a discount. Even though one day I walked in there and didn't have any idea about discounts in my head when I was paying for my stuff. And the guy at the counter goes, "Oh, you part of the discount guys?" I go, what? Yeah, 35, get 35% off. I was like, no, but I'm interested. I'm spending $200 here a week. I'm very interested. And when I confronted the manager on the 35% discount, his lame duck answer was, "That's for ex-employees." I'm like, that's really a stupid answer. But needless to say, my ideal comic book store doesn't exist. Does not exist. People very, what would you say, not customer service friendly, awkward. You say one thing wrong, they want your head. Right? They'll put your head on a pike in front of the store by the door, next to the little ashtray smoke thing. So I'm waiting for the day Amazon takes over. You could just have your new books delivered on Wednesday and done. No personal interaction. that don't leave you in a negative manner. Imagine if you're a new comic books, you want to get into comic books, and you walk in there and you see some of the price tags on that stuff on the wall. Say you're a 16-year-old kid dragging your mom. All right, you convince your mother to take you, your father to take you. They look up, they don't know nothing about Batman. They don't know anything about the X-Men. And they look up at the wall and they see the variants. They don't have no understanding of what the variants are. And you see a book, even though it might be whatever random variant, could be like a $40 book, could be a $15 book, who knows? And you try to convince your mother this is a great idea. And she walks in, she sees one book. Say you get this book, right? And there's a variant to it. This book's $4, and the variant's $35. Your mother's going to look at you like you're nuts. All right. When I started, these books were 60 cents a piece, 50 cents a piece. All right. Wasn't that big of an effort to convince your mother. You used to go to a comic book show, right, on 2 highways up on 35 in Hazlet, New Jersey. Took me a couple minutes to get there. My dad would drive me, drop me off, come back 3 hours later and pick me up. And I'd come out, you get like $5, $10 in your pocket. And I'd come out with a big stack of stuff. Because everybody else up here on the top of the table, I used to go on the bottom where they have all the other boxes, get great deals. Quarter boxes, the days of the quarter box. Definitely think Amazon is like the comic book stores have, in my mind, too much exclusiveness to distributing the comic books. So say you only got 2 comic book stores and they suck. Well, what are you going to do to get your comic books? You're going to go to eBay and spend $4 shipping on each book? That's kind of hard to do. Maybe one book here, one book there, but not all the books. Discount comic books, their website's not as easy to use as people want it to be. You know, it should be like easy. I want Batman 140 on Wednesday, delivered to my house on Wednesday. You know, so I think Amazon's going to be the wave of the future. Comic book stores are just, they suck. You could go there and buy your books. This is what pisses you off. You go there and you buy your books on Wednesday and you get your stuff. And then you go to the comic book show 3 months later. And almost every book you find that you had paid for, like I said, $70 for comic books, you can find a good portion of them in the $1 box and a $2 box at the comic book show. All right. So that's a significant savings. All right. And some of these people that are quote unquote selling at the comic book show are quote unquote comic book stores. But yet you mention the word discount at the store and they lose their mind. They literally will lose their mind. There's one store, it's too far away to go as often as I like. But he gave me an offer. It's just, life happens, you know? I just couldn't do it. He gave me, I think it was 25, 30% off. That's going back about 8, 9 years ago. Main Street Comics in Middletown, New Jersey. A very nice man. Name is Mike. I don't know if he's still there. I've been there in a long time. And he's got a nice setup. Not overdone. It's not cluttered. Easy to walk around. He had a young girl working the counter at one time. And always friendly. Smiling face. Very easy to do business. Had slabs. They had raw books. They got dollar books. They got all kinds of things. They had Scott Snyder did a signing at his store one time. And I got to go meet Scott Snyder. Nice guy. But not too many stores like that one. Unfortunately, it's a distance to get there. And the road to get there is all beat up, potholes, and there's no other road to go down. But this road's, I mean, Billtown. I don't know if it's border of Billtown or Old Bridge or New Brunswick, but the road you have to go on in order to get there, the road is beat to crap. I mean, your front end of your vehicle is going to take a beating just to get there. So if you do it often, you're really going to do some damage to your car. But nice store, nice setup. All right, want to talk X-Men now. Funds ain't what they used to be, so I'm doing the X-Men. And just so you know, I'm sure you gathered this, Batman too. This is my X-Men rant. All right. I haven't picked up an issue. Last issue I got is 25, I think. This was a great book. The last volume was equally as great. This is my last book I got. I haven't bought anything in like 3 months. Like I said, comic book stores piss me off. You can spend a fortune in money, and as soon as everything goes to pot on you, they don't want to know you. They forget you as soon, like they never even met you before. All right? Don't let the door hit you on the way out, is basically the attitude you get. But I'm going to try to find an alternative way of getting my stuff. Comic book shows might just be the one. And what I can't find there, just go to the Bay. So I'm strapping it down to 2 titles for right now, for the time being. All right, so I've got to figure out what number we're up to right now. It's got to be like 28, 29. All right, the Fall of X. What I've seen was really good, but I think there was too much. It's like system overload. All right, to keep up to all the tie-ins and everything. I mean, it was massive. This is a massive storyline. So this is what I'm up to right now. Issue 25. This Shadowcat has such endless possibilities. It's ridiculous. It was a good character. They waited way too long to develop her. But you know what they say, better late than never. The Orchis stuff is it kind of like between movies and everything, it felt like I've seen this kind of stuff before. It's nothing original. It's good, but no originality. Between what X-Men 144, 143, whatever it is, 141, 142, whatever. You know, we've been down that road. We've seen it. I would like to see more stuff. I haven't seen any of the digital content for this title. I used to think that Wolverine carried the X-Men, and to some extent he did. But in my mind, I mean, his stories aren't exactly over the top. All right, he doesn't get the royal treatment like Batman gets. One minute he's the best in the best there is at what he does. We all know the rest. Next day is somebody else is the best at what he does. Wolverine, I don't think is quite the heavyweight that we thought he was, in my opinion. All right. On a book like this, some people say Scott is, and he's got his moments. Astonishing X-Men. I forget the writer's name top of my head. Where I think it's volume 1. Josh Whedon, I think, did it. Scott, Emma, Wolverine carried that series. I don't have it complete, but I have a majority of it and everything I've seen. But my point is, hold on, let me see if I can find a good cover of her. There's 2 characters that really do well when you talk about quality in writing. All right, there's one. All right. this character right here, she makes the book so much more interesting when they give her dialogue. In the volume preceding this, if you look, she didn't get a lot of dialogue. This is a heavy hitter. Easily the top character in Marvel as far as power goes. You okay? Okay. Nissa voicing her opinion. All right. Her characterization in this, if you, I think it's Jean Grey Resurrection. I think I'm hearing voices. The Resurrection was really good. It shows you how deep the character can go. And my other characters, let's see if I got it over here. There she is. Right there. All right. The White Queen, Emma Frost. Now, when done correctly, these two characters are heavy hitters as far as quality. Dialogue's always good. Always seems to be involved in something. Always seems. She got a temper too, which is cool. All right, Jean shows her every so often, but these two are the heavy hitters in my book. Okay, so tell me what you think on this one. Is it me or is like when you do Scott? It's the same stuff. It's never original. It's always like chest thumping stuff, you know, like Tarzan. Same thing with Wolverine. But with these two, one day to the next, you don't know what you want to get inside this. All right. It's deep dialogue. All right. And that's what these two are good at. One of my other pet peeves that gets you mad. Let's see. Yeah, I've got to put everything back in number order. Is this one. They've totally confused me on this character, and I like this character a lot. All right. The Wolverine family dynamic. I thought my family was dysfunctional. Now listen, they got Laura, young Laura, old lady Laura, whatever you want to call her. All right. Good idea. Yeah. Does it look cohesive? No. The clone of a clone. Okay. I'm rolling with that. Think you could have done a little bit more creativity there. It could have used a little bit more. I mean, the book where the other Laura, that was really a nice quality story, well done, art, top tier. And another thing about these books, the X-Men do it better than anybody. Each book kind of matches the opposite book. So say you got X-Men Red or X-Men Unlimited, the art is pretty much dead on with the rest of them. Because there's nothing worse than when you try to get into a character or characters and they have like the Robin book and the Harley Quinn book. The art was so bad. It's not the same style as Batman. So the style is like totally 360 degrees the other way. All right, Batman made a right, they made a left. I'm not saying I'm enjoying that. Not gonna ever admit that I'm enjoying that because the Robin art, as much as the artist is good at what he does, it's not the same style as Batman, so it doesn't feel the same as Batman. All right, just my point. That's the way I look at it. Not saying everybody has to look at it that way, but I do. But this, they could do a lot with her. All right, the whole dynamic of the family with Deacon and Laura, you got. I haven't seen Gabby in a while. I don't remember the last time I seen her. You got the Old Man Logan stuff. They could do a lot with Wolverine and his family. As I said, his you think he's a heavy hitter, and he could be, but it's always the same type of story. It never seems to go up. It just seems to. It's like stationary. It's just right here. It don't go this way, but it don't go that way. It's just right here. All right, they've not figured out how to evolve that character, and they figured out how to make the Iron Man book interesting. They put Emma in it, and the dynamic there is really good because I tell you what, she totally dominates that book. What I seen in that book, she dominates that book, and that's the type of character she is. But this right here, Laura could be very much similar. And I don't know how many covers we got of her kissing a dude, and all different dudes. I mean, Wolverine himself, they got him doing the same thing. They got what was that Weapon X series that Jason Aaron put out, where they had all the female love interests of Wolverine around him while you're sitting in a chair. My wife said that cover is offensive. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna agree with her on that one. But they could do a lot with the Wolverine family. They just got it. Like, you don't even know. It's too much on orientation and too much on silly stuff. It doesn't go this way. It's just flatlining. It's just right here. Really? You were just out. We were outside freezing. I let you play. They come back in. All right. This is my thoughts. And I'm sticking to it. But I'm waiting for Amazon. That'll be nice if they could do it that way. But that's episode 1. Nyssa is not letting me do anymore. So, like I said, they gotta upgrade the X-Men stuff. So I think Nyssa wants to go back outside in the cold. Got you a nice warm blankie and you're kicking up a fuss. Okay.